Good day all. I am Dr. T. Arunmozhi, Assistant Professor and Head, Department of Commerce, KCS Kasinadar College of Arts and Science. I welcome you all for the presentation on capital adequacy requirement for the MCOM degree from the subject Merchant Banking and Financial Services. It is based on the curriculum of all universities on this subject. Capital adequacy requirement is that according to the regulations, the capital adequacy requirement shall not be less than the net worth of the person making the application for grant of registration. For this purpose, the net worth shall be as follows. For category 1, it is 5 crore. For category 2, it is 50 lakhs. And for category 3, it is 20 lakh. Category 4, it is nil. For the purpose of this regulation or the net worth means in the case of an applicant which is a partnership firm or a body corporate, the value of the capital contributed to the business of such firm or the paid up capital of such body corporate plus free reserves as the case may be at the time of making application. Procedure for registration is that the board, on being satisfied that the applicant is eligible, shall grant a certificate in Form B. On the grant of a certificate, the applicant shall be liable to pay the fees in accordance with Schedule 2. The renewal of a certificate 3 months before expiry of the period of certificate, the merchant banker may, if he so desired, make an application for renewal in Form A. The application for renewal shall be dealt within the same manner as if it were a fresh application for a grant of a certificate. In case of an application for renewal of certificate of registration, the provisions of Clause A of Regulation 6 shall not be applicable up to June 30th, 1998. The board, on being satisfied that the applicant is eligible for renewal of certificate, shall grant a certificate in Form B and send intimation to the applicant. On the grant of a certificate, the applicant shall be liable to pay the fees in accordance with Schedule 2. Procedure where registration is not granted. Where an application for grant of a certificate under Regulation 3 or of renewal under Regulation 9 does not satisfy the criteria set out in Regulation 6, the board may reject the application after giving an opportunity of being heard. The refusal to grant registration shall be communicated by the board within 30 days of such refusal to the applicant, stating therein the grounds on which the application has been rejected. Any applicant may, being aggrieved by the decision of the board under sub-regulation, can apply with a period of 30 days from the date of receipt of such intimation to the board for reconsideration for its decision. The board shall reconsider an application made under sub-regulation. Communicate its decision as soon as possible in writing to the applicant. Effect of refusal to grant certificate. Any merchant banker whose application for a certificate has been refused by the board shall on and from the date of the receipt of the communication under sub-regulation 2, Regulation 10 ceases to carry on any activity as a merchant banker. For payment of fees, every applicant eligible for grant of a certificate shall pay such fees in manner and within the period specified in Schedule 2. Where a merchant banker fails to any annual fees as provided in Sub-Regulation 1, read with Schedule 2, the board may suspend the registration certificate, whereupon the merchant banker shall cease to carry on any activity as a merchant banker for the period during which the suspension subsists. Guidelines for the merchant bankers. All merchant bankers should have qualification in finance, law, or business management. They should have adequate office space, equipment, and manpower. At least 2 merchant bank operations qualified persons to be appointed. A merchant banker should be fair in all transactions. SEBI will supervise the activities of merchant bankers. SEBI has laid responsibility on merchant banks for the true disclosures and factual statements made on the prospectus and the authenticity of such statements. SEBI has the power to suspend or cancel the authorization of merchant bankers in case of any violation of the guidelines. Merchant bankers are required to send quarterly reports on the public issue and rights issue on hand, the names of the companies, size of the issue, and other details. Merchant bankers should abide by the code of conduct prescribed by SEBI. For the issue over rupees 100 crores, the number of BRLMS should be 4 to 5. Merchant bankers should make an agreement with corporate bodies about their mutual rights, liabilities, and obligations, etc. General obligations are: the 1992 regulations have enunciated the following general obligations and responsibilities for the merchant bankers. Every merchant banker shall abide by the code of conduct as specified in Schedule 3. They are as follows. Merchant banker not to associate with any business other than that of the securities market. No merchant banker other than a bank or a public financial institution who has been granted certificate or registration under these regulations shall after June 30th, 1998 carry on any business other than that in the securities market. However, a merchant banker who prior to the date of notification of the Securities and Exchange Board of India Amendment Regulations 1997 has entered into a contract in respect of a business other than that of the securities market may, so desires, discharge his obligations under such contract. Similarly, a merchant banker who has granted certificate of registration to act as primary or satellite dealer by the Reserve Bank of India may carry on such business as may be permitted by Reserve Bank of India. Hope you would understood the capital adequacy requirement from this video. Thank you. We would meet in the next video.